Hi everyone, and welcome to this session about mastering your tax compliance with ease meets our brand new smart follow-up tool. So my name is Thomas. I'm a business analyst working at Odoo, working mainly with accounting firm, helping them in their daily processes and helping them with the whole accounting process. If you have any question, please feel to scan the QR code to get to the pad. I will answer your question afterward. So basically, what we already know is that Odoo is handling your all accounting processes, from receiving your vendor bills, creating a customer invoice, and so on with the bank reconciliation, then everything. But as entrepreneurs, sometimes we do not have the right tool to have a better tax follow-up, to make sure that I will not miss any deadline all of my old taxation process. And also, as an accountant, sometimes I will need to have a better tool to review all of those steps that can help me in a better tax report process. So basically, that's what we have developed with this new tax scheduler tool. You will see that it will be mainly focused on three pillars. The first one being everything in one screen, as you will be available to have all your tax deadline, including the VAT report, but also the other tax deadline. For an example, the advance payment that you might have in Belgium, the corporate tax processes, and also this will be also localization based. So if you have a company in a multi-environment, you will be able to directly have access to the scheduler link to the correct country that you're working in. The second pillar, which is the most important, it will be that it will be all your tasks will be completed in a maximum of 3 steps. The first steps being a review step. The second one will be a submit step. And the last one will be a payment step. So let's just have a big focus on those steps to make sure that everyone can well understand them. The first step, as a review step, you will be able to review all of the checks that are inside of your deadline. You will see that I will have access to manual or automated check that will directly guide me to anomaly that I can correct if there is any mistake. The second step will be my submitted step. Once everything has been reviewed, I will be able to directly submit my VAT report with some subscription methodology linked to the country in which I'm working on. And last but not least, the payment step. As everything has been well deposited to the VAT, for an example, you are ready now to pay your VAT, and so you will be able directly to scan the QR code for payment or to send some payment instruction to someone. And the third and last pillar will be that this tool is a collaborative tool, as you will be able to take advantage of the chatter on all of the checks that you will have. So if you have any question or you need to ask someone to take action on a reconciliation, they will be able to process it and directly proceed with some correction. So guys, enough of the talk, let's just go with a small demo. So for this demo, I will be working as an accounting manager for the Odoo company. I want to ease the communication process with my CFO, making sure that I will grant him the right information in the right time. But also, I want to create specific procedure to my team, making sure that they will have the right tool to review everything. So let's just go to my database. First thing, as I'm going to my accounting application, as you can see, I have now a brand new tax return journal with directly my deadline indicated in it. So if I click to my tax return, you see that I will directly move to the nearest deadline that I have, which is my VAT return. As everything is as nothing has been done, I just need to click on it and directly move to all those checks that are available in my VAT report. As you can see, I have some that are in anomaly, so there are corrections to make, though the other one has already been reviewed, so everything seems fine. So we are going to correct everything together. First thing is that I have a bank matching anomaly. If I click on it, you see that I have some bank fees on which I can deduce some VAT if I want to. As we have revamped the whole bank reconciliation process, I'm now able directly to proceed with ease with the reconciliation. So now, as Odoo has identified that this line is linked to a bank fees, I just need to click on my shortcut and directly proceed with the good allocation. I can also check the entry, of course, and I can see that there is an impact on my VAT account. I will use my breadcrumb to go back to my tax return, and as you can see, automatically, as I have done the correction, the check has been moved to anomaly to reviewed. So everything is nice. Second thing that I have a bill attachment that seems to be missing. So I'm going directly to have access to this bill, and thanks to the document application and the log note of my bill, I will be able to directly have access to my document application and directly link my bill to the document, making sure that everything is now well taken care of. I'm just going to refresh my page, and as you can see, I have the bill that is now present. If I go back to my tax return, I can see that I have a last check that is linked to a draft entries that needs to be validated, making sure that I will need to include everything in my tax report. So I will just click on my draft entries, and as I can see, it is a sales invoice that I made for my accounting services to a customer of mine that is based in France. It's a B2B transaction, so I should have Odoo has automatically applied the good intra-community regime. As we have just reviewed the whole fiscal position processes, now Odoo will only propose you with the tax code that are linked to your fiscal position, making sure that you will not have any to reduce the error margin. So it's good. So I'm just going to confirm it and send it to my customer in just a few clicks. As my invoice has been sent, let's just go back to my tax return. And as you can see, everything has been reviewed. I'm able to process with now my validation check. Before validating my VAT, I just want to have a review because I know that my team needs somehow, I need to review what my team has done. So I'm just going to directly access to my VAT return, where I will see all of my VAT grid that are already completed with the right information. I can see that there is a line link with some investment goods. So by just clicking on the amount, I will directly have access to the entries, see that it's an asset account that have been moved and that the bill is well attached. So everything is nice. So now that I have reviewed everything, I'm just able to validate my VAT. As I'm going to validate it, Odoo is going to propose me with my tax entry, but also directly with a log date, making sure that once I have reviewed everything, my whole period is locked and I will not be able to proceed with any modification or my team. I can see my log date in my accounting menu thanks to the log date information. If I need to proceed with some correction, I'm still able to proceed with an exception for me or anyone else for a certain amount of time and explaining a certain reason. So everything is good. Now I'm just going to submit my VAT. So I'm going to click on submit, and as I said, I will have my submission instruction, making sure that I will have the possibility to submit my VAT as I need to do it in my Belgian company. So I can see that first I need to download my XML format, connect to Intervat, and so on and so on and so on, but I'm just going to mark it as submitted. As it has been directly moved to the submitted stage, Odoo will propose me with a QR code payment. This is an easy way to pay directly my VAT, but I'm not the one who is going to pay it. It's my CFO. So I'm going to send him directly a mail, thanks to now the chatter, to my CFO, making sure that he just needs to pay the VAT in the right time. And we also see that the chatter the email has been put directly in my chatter, so I can have a proof that an email to pay directly the VAT has been sent to my CFO. So let's just go back to my dashboard and have a view of the next deadline that I have, that is an advance payment. As I said, this tax scheduler is linked to your company. And as I'm working in a Belgium company, we often make some advance payment linked to the corporate taxes. In that case, I do not need to review anything. I just need to pay it directly. And so basically, by just clicking on pay and indicating my estimate profit of this year, let's say that is 100,000, and selecting my good corporate tax, Odoo will propose me with a QR code to pay it to right away. But as I need to send it to my CFO, I still have my send option that is available. I'm just going to click on send and directly send it to my CFO, making sure that he has my advanced tax payment instruction. So as the time goes on in the year, now I want to take advance in my annual closing process. For that, I have also in my tax return a specific tax annual closing corporate tax process with a multitude of pending things that are ready to be reviewed. So as I can see, I have some anomaly, some other ones that are to review, and other that also in an anomaly. So we are going to have a review of some of them. So I have, for the first check, an age, an account payable that is set without any partner. So I'm just going to click on it and directly be moved to those lines that are not with any partner. As I can see, the partner have been set on the label and not on the partner. So what I'm going to do is proceed with a mass edit to directly allocate the white partner to those two lines as they are the same one. And now, as always, automatically, the status have been moved to anomaly to review. I can see that I have also a no draft entry that are linked. I have 10 journal entries that are still in draft, so I'm going to check them. And those lines are checked in the future. So basically with Odoo, as we have an accounting item that is in the future, I do not have to worry about it. Why? Because it's configured to post itself directly in the accounting at the date. So I can make sure that this check will be directly moved from anomaly to confirm as the time go by. I can see that I have also some overdue payables and receivables. So what I'm going to ask is, as I have my chatter, I'm going to ask my accountant to pay directly and have a review of the overdue receivables. For that, just create a quick log note to my accountant. So, can please pay and review the recount payable. And so, as always, I'm just going to send it. I can see that I have other checks that are just in the review. So for an example, the asset. As my draft entries in the future are linked to the depreciation of my asset, I do not need to review it. So I'm just going to manually move the status from to review to supervise, as I know that it's going to do it automatically. So everything is taken care of. So as the time goes by, my company is extending, and now I have more needs linked to my tax processes. First, I'm starting to sell services to business to customer base in certain countries. So I have to start with the one-stop shop tax possibility in Odoo. For that, I just need to go to my configuration and settings and search about my OSS configuration. I'm just going directly to apply and launch it. And as I'm going to launch it, Odoo is going to compute all of the deadline linked to the OSS, making sure that I will not miss any deadline to the OSS. So if I go and check directly any review, I can see that those OSS reports are with several checks that I can go with as I did with the rest of them. So second, as I said, my company is expanding, my team is expanding too, and I want to proceed with some more verification in my VAT report. I want them to proceed with a reconciliation between the VAT and the turnover of my company. For that, I just need to go to the configuration and add a new check that I will just link to my VAT report. I will call it the recon VAT and turnover, but I want them to use a specific report that is the journal audit. So as I show you, it's possible to just click on a check and directly be moved to specific report. I'm just going to activate my debug mode, and once it has been active, I have the action and click that is available. So I will just need to mention now my journal audit report. By just that, just need to okay, everything is set. So now if I go to another VAT return, and let's go with my tax return to do and check the one in the next month. As you can see, I have my weekend VAT CA that has been added automatically. And if I go on it, you can see that I will directly move to my journal audit and so be able to directly proceed with the reconciliation and my the reconciliation between my turnover and my VAT. Lastly, the last thing that I want to do as my company is expanding is that I want to make sure that they will not miss any sales order that is still pending in the closing. So I'm going to create a new report to make sure that they will not forget anything. So first, I'm going to my configuration and have access to my report. For that, I'm just going to try return and create a new return type that I will call cutoff sales. I want it to be on a monthly basis with a start date at the early of September. I want it to be like 3 days after my tax period, and then the last thing that I want to do is to add several check on it. So I will just be able now to go to my check and create a new check that I will call recon VAT. It's not that, it's cutoff cell, and I want them to use, well, the sales order that needs to be invoiced. So on the action on click, I want them to use directly my sales order. So let's have a view at that. So now let's just also link it to my search more and with my cutoff of sales. So now, after everything is done, I can go to my return type and I create a new one. But you see, as you can see, I have my cutoff sales that is available. I'm just going to create and generate a new run. And if I click on my cutoff sales, I will be directly moved to my sales order and making sure to validate them or proceed with my accrued revenue. So, guys, that was it for the demo. Let's just have a big recap of this new feature. The first thing is that everything will be at one place, and you will have all your deadline on a localization based into one single place. The second thing is that it will be a simple process, as you will be able to review, submit, and pay in a 3-step maximum. As you can see also, it's possible to go in less than those 3 steps. And lastly, it's a collaborative tool, as you will be able directly to have access to the chatter anywhere and proceed with some automatic reminder that will inform you to not forget about a VAT return. So, guys, that was it for me. Let's just now move with the Q&A.
So the first question is the update in attack scheduler in Odoo 19 available in Philippines localization?
I can't say that if it's already available for the Philippine localization, but that's a thing that we are working on for the moment. But whatever, you can just still create one manually with the report and the check that you want to, as I show in the second part of the demo.
Okay. Then after you have submitted the report and a log date allocated, then you realize an invoice was forgotten. How can you undo that closing to post a record with this revamped interface?
Just proceed with an exception on the log date. Then you will just have to go on your VAT return and proceed with the reset. As you are going to reset your VAT return, everything will be reset, and you will be able to just proceed and check that the new invoice has been taken care into the new tax return.
Okay. The corporate tax expense should reduce the profit for the period. Does Odoo pass this entry automatically or the accountant should do so?
The accountant should do so. It's just a proposed payment to help the entrepreneur to not miss any advance payment deadline. But I think that is a good feedback, so we can maybe pass it to the R&D.
Can you integrate tax report with German Elster tax authority system?
That's a really good question. I don't know it personally as I'm not an expert on the German fiscal position, but please feel free to come to the accounting booth where you will be able to meet the PO and ask your question about your German fiscal position.
Can you have an overview? Oh, sorry. Can you have an overview of all your closing activities over all your companies or database accounting firms?
It's a good question. I have not tried myself, but I will not answer it right away because I do not the answer. But if the person want to have a check together about that, come to the accounting booth and I will be there, so we can just have a view at it.
Where do we find the journal entry of the tax return?
Basically, now that we have a specific tax journal, it's going to be directly computed on this specific journal.
All right. My country, Czech Republic, does not have built-in accounting localization, so we built our own one. Can I insert? The person is still typing. Can I insert the own logic of posting?
I do not get the question, but
I will repeat. I'm sorry.
okay, no problem.
Czech Republic does not have built-in accounting localization, so we built our own one. Can I insert the own logic of posting the XML reports to tax authority?
If you made the development that Odoo will generate an XML to your localization, maybe, but I'm not sure. As it's development, I'm not sure that what has been done, so it's not easy to answer.
All right. Can Odoo also create an invoice entry for the tax supplier so it can be approved and paid via SEPA?
No. Why? Because the old tax entry will generate directly the amount due to the VAT, and you have a QR code to pay it, and you have also payment instruction directly to pay or to send to someone to pay to.
All right. And final question: where is the accounting booth? It's in the hall 7.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.